Hello everyone, this is Babamots. Welcome to another Homeworlds game commentary. This is between Fvar and JuankyEND. Um, JuankyEND recommended this game. I've featured Juan a few times before. I don't think we've ever seen Fvar. Um, Fvar's got the better rating, but I've seen Juan's name around before. Let's see. Oh, I looked up Fvar before. They mostly play Hive, but they've played a decent number of Homeworlds games now too. All right. Fvar takes a red fortress. Juan takes a red Goldilocks. I feel like I haven't seen red versus red for a while, but you looking at the games I've casted might be able to correct me. Fvar trading for red for yellow right away. I've got a cold and my mind might be a little muddled here. Juan trades for yellow as well. Back to green. Nobody wants to open up the mediums for their opponent to build first, it looks like. Fvar takes the small red. Uh-oh. Juan, the expected thing here, I think, is that Juan would trade for the last small red, even though Fvar would get to build the first medium ship. Juan would get to build a medium right after that. Things are pretty even. But if Juan spreads out now, then it means to me that they might not have their eye on the red economy, and Fvar might push in another couple of reds before Juan realizes the problem. Juan may be stuck getting in on the reds at the large level, might have to trade away their mothership to ever get a large. And since that red matches their red star, Juan could be in big trouble. Juan commits to this. Fvar doesn't take the last small red. Nope. They give Juan another chance to trade for reds at the small level, which Juan might want to do, even though Juan would be kind of slow to get a medium because Juan wouldn't have a green in Altair anymore. Juan just builds green. Fvar gets the last small red, so Fvar is well on their way to a monopoly. Let's see what Juan does. Oh, that's a good point. Since Fvar discovered a small green star, Juan uh, cleaned out the rest of the small greens, and now they've got a medium green. They'll be able to trade for a medium red. That's okay. I overreacted. Not so bad after all. In fact, so Fvar takes that medium green. Oh, nope. All right, Juan now I think is in a good position. A green shopping spree would let Juan clean out the rest of the green economy. Um, so Juan sacrifices the G3, builds the G2, probably an Altair, and then builds two larges at home, and Juan will be in a really good position. This works pretty good too. Um, yeah, since Fvar isn't in a position to overpopulate any of these greens, no reason not to put the large one in front, I suppose. Fvar can do a factory. They'll get two ships of some description. It's not a bad choice. Okay, Fvar just spreads out their greens, but puts that green in at a green star, so it's not as safe as it might be. One trades for the last small yellow. Fvar gets a medium. Juan, thinking about building into an overpopulation of their own. That's not so good. Juan spreading out the greens. That seems a lot safer. Yeah, especially they need to spread out those greens. Fvar has a medium yellow now, and so this green was in range of Juan's home. All right, Fvar spreads out the yellows. That's pretty solid choice. I think, but I don't know that that's adequate to deal with the problem of Fvar having their largest defender matching the color of the star here in their colony. If if Juan were to move, say their G2, they'd have to sacrifice to do the G2. They could also do it with the large, I suppose. Some combination of ships. If they start moving them into Betelgeuse, Fvar will only have one turn to evacuate. Oh, you know, Juan still doesn't have any red. Yeah, I'm gonna blame the cold for missing things here. Yeah, Juan can't really make a threat. And now that Fvar has a yellow in this colony, they could start moving out and threatening to capture things. So I think I favor Fvar's position for the moment, but as soon as Juan trades for a red, I think Juan will be in a good position again. Okay, Juan just looking at continuing to use their factory. If I'm Fvar, I would just invade the Castor colony with my G2. Well, maybe I wouldn't, because as soon as I capture one of these ships, one can overpopulate pretty cheaply. A green teleport would be even cheaper. They'd have a spare build action. Um, so Fvar doesn't have great opportunities to abuse their red advantage. Fvar could invade Altair instead, but Juan would trade or move the large. Let's see what Fvar. Yeah, keep pushing those reds. I think that's going to work well for Fvar if one doesn't notice the problem eventually here. Okay. Now Juan's on top of it. And yeah, I'm trying to think how urgent it is for Fvar to spread out their reds. Juan could overpopulate fairly cheaply. Let's see what Fvar picks. Okay. Putting a little pressure on Juan to tempting Juan to sacrifice their medium to only pick up a small. That's something, I guess. Juan gets another factory. Not doing anything about this little invader. Opening up and I don't like this very much. It doesn't deal with this invading red, and it opens up the large yellows for Fvar, who could get two of them, and Juan isn't in a good position to build any more yellow right now. I don't care for this very much. Let's see if Juan takes it back. No, they commit. I think that's sticking out to me now as pretty definitely a bad move. If Juan ends up losing this, I'm going to be thinking about this move in particular, opening up the reds, the large yellows here. Fvar just taking one of them. Well, one's enough, I guess. But if I was Fvar, I think I would have sacrificed the G2 to take two of them, because now Juan can spread out their yellows and threaten to get at least one of these large yellows before the opportunity goes away. Oh, geez, Juan trading into red here opens up the larges again. Fvar isn't in a very good position for building the large reds, though, so maybe that's not too bad. Huh. Moving in a second small red. I guess Fvar wants to overpopulate the medium. I don't get it. I don't quite see where this what they're thinking about. Juan, I think, should just sacrifice the R2 to take both of these. Fvar can't overpopulate anything, won't have a ship left in this system. Juan will then have the red advantage. Um, oh, okay. Well, maybe, okay, my guess now is that Fvar has in mind that with this invasion, the large reds are open. They are expecting Juan to build one of the large reds. Fvar can build the other one in Betelgeuse now that they've reduced the concentration of reds. And maybe they also hope to overpopulate that medium red somehow? No, probably not. They probably just are trying to close that off as a position where Juan could build red. Okay, so that's my guess for Fvar's thinking. All right, but they changed their mind. And they did it again. Okay, so they stuck with that. Let's see if Juan thinks to capture both. They do. All right, let's see. Fvar takes the medium red, but that opens up the larges that for Juan to build, Fvar won't be able to build the other one comfortably. I don't like this for Fvar, but they commit. Yeah, Fvar is. Oh well, I guess they're tied in large ships now. Just Fvar's flagship isn't in an active position. One sacrifices. Oh yeah, sacrifices the Y2 to move in a couple of greens to send Betelgeuse into supernova. Fvar is left with just about nothing. Yep, very good choice from Juan. I my eye hasn't been on that. Wasn't on that green ship matching the Betelgeuse star for quite a while, since nobody was doing anything about it. I think Juan picked a pretty good time to blow it up, since Juan had cleaned up the invading ships, and looking good for Juan at this point. Fvar trades for a red ship. It's one of their better choices, I think. Juan doesn't have a medium yellow, so Fvar might get to build a medium or even large if Juan builds the medium, Fvar gets the large. That's something. Juan's starting to turn their attention to blue. Fvar takes a green, pretty vanilla development move. Fvar needs to take some more territory, I think. I think they should move one of these ships very soon out to start protecting a colony. Establish some more space where they can build. Okay, but trading for blue is, yeah, it needs to happen because otherwise Juan runs away with the whole blue bank. Juan spreads out the blue away from the blue star now. That's a little funny because Fvar could invade there. But with the red is probably not actually the best ship to do it with. Well, no, Juan's not going to want to build both small and large blues here in Deneb, which would have kept the large blue out of capture range, but Fvar could have just moved in the little blue for the overpopulation. So the red invasion is probably okay. Juan builds both. Yeah, that was my first thought, but Fvar can overpopulate for cheap. And you can see you can see how Juan realizes that. They reinforce with their large green. I think that's a pretty good choice, though. If Fvar continues building green, they might get to a point where they could comfortably overpopulate Deneb. Though Fvar really can't afford a lot of material exchanges here. They need to hold on to the material they've got. Yeah, so good. Overall, good move from Juan, I think. Fvar sacrificing the R2 for nothing a pure squonk, as we say. Um, yeah, I guess that's better than sacrificing your large yellow to save it. Juan now, yeah, Juan says they're in shopping spree range for the greens, and they are correct. Good. Good for Juan. And oh, Fvar concedes. Okay. When when Juan recommended this game, I had the impression that they had lost it and were looking for advice on uh, where they went wrong and uh, how they should have not lost it. Um, yeah, there were a few places there I pointed out as we went that there were some pretty big mistakes. I don't remember them precisely at the moment. The I, I commentated on enough on the one where Juan opened up the large yellows for Fvar. That seemed like Juan's biggest mistake. Fvar, um, I I think the message for Fvar would be if you've got a ship that matches your star, then you need to be very careful about how much you put there. Um, it's not too uncommon and not necessarily even a bad thing to put most of your fleet in one colony. But that fleet is much more vulnerable if you've got even one ship that matches the color of the star. Don't and in my commentary, I got complacent about that. I stopped noticing it so much, and so when Juan finally had a medium yellow that they could use to overpopulate the I think that the star was called Betelgeuse. When they could finally send that into a supernova, um, Fvar didn't notice it. So don't get complacent about your stars that match your ships. Um, all right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.